Hi everybody, it is the Yuki once again giving you guys a brief look into 2026, what you guys can expect. This is your extended preview of 2026 in terms of content on the channel as well as other channels I have and live streaming on different platforms. We're going to take this step by step because I want to be as clear as possible because there is a 2026 prep page now on the website I want to show you guys. But I want to go as in depth as possible so that you guys can get ready for what is to come next year. And it could be a big year. Alright, let's get started first by talking about the channels of importance for 2026 in terms of content and channels. The channels we are going to be focusing on are going to be the RetroYuuki Gaming channel, obviously, that's number one. Number two, we're also going to be focusing on Yuki's Mario Hut, which used to be called Yuki Mario World before I changed it because of my Twitch channel for Mario Maker. We're also going to be focusing on the Yuki Mario World channel, obviously, because of Mario Maker. We're also going to be focusing on the character channels for next year, Yuki the Hedgehog and Francis the Hedgehog, as well as RetroYuuki VR. Those are the main channels of importance for this year. So basically, the line right here by my cursor. Now, RetroYuuki Beats and Music is going to supply some of the things you're going to listen to in content for Francis the Hedgehog, Yuki the Hedgehog, and RetroYuuki VR. We also have RetroYuuki Game and Music, but that is different from Beats and Music. Game and Music is a gameplay with music, a video game. Well, RetroYuuki Beats and Music is anything that I make. Okay? So that has that RetroYuuki name, just different concept. So if we see Beats and Music, it is me making them. If it's RetroYuuki Game and Music, it's going to be from the game I put into gameplay. Okay, now let's get into the content for next year. So next year is going to be shaped by a few things. The first thing that is going to be shaped by next year is going to be this poll on this one right here. The first poll, this is not the first poll, but this is the last poll that I did that relates to 2026 in terms of content and streams. Would you like to see me try ROM hacks for Mario on Twitch in 2026? Majority of you said yes. Actually, it's everybody said go for it. It will be based on Yuki's Mario Hut, the channel for ROM hacks, so that everybody can, it's like a crossover connection from YouTube and Twitch. It's the same thing I'm doing for Mario Maker. Okay, so that is one of them. So you guys said yes, so I'm going to incorporate Twitch next year. It's going to be harder because it's Mario. It's usually not as hard as you think, but because it's Mario World, Mario 64, and all that, it's different competition. So you guys said yes. The next major poll is going to be what type of schedule you guys wanted. You guys want quarters. So quarter is usually 4. So like quarter notes in the music. So 3 months per quarter, 3, 6, 9, 12. There's 12 months in a year. So January to March will be the first quarter. Then April to June will be the second quarter. July to September will be the third. October to December will be the fourth. That kind of deal. So if I said that Shady the Hedgehog will be premiering in VR chat in the second quarter, that means between April to June. That's how that works. Okay? That's a huge one. The next big poll that you guys voted on, besides the game of the night tonight, is going to be the beats and music. You guys wanted a separate website, so you guys are gonna get that. Also, I'm back to fan fiction, which is good. I think the other poll is going to be about no, not that one. It's not really a big one there yet. Oral farming. Okay, this is how it works. This one. So I decided to try it out again. Should I make a Twitch channel for one of the two characters? It is either Yuuki the Hedgehog or Francis the Hedgehog. You guys chose Yuuki the Hedgehog for the Twitch channel, but you flipped it for the mascot of this channel. Huh, interesting. So Yuuki the Hedgehog is going to get his Twitch channel, but for the mascot of this main channel, RetroYuuki Gaming, you want the other one. Oh, you guys are sneaky. Okay, so yeah, true. Now, so that is the polls that shape the 2026 season, 2026 stream year. But there's one more poll that I want to talk about that's coming up. But this is actually why I'm delaying the schedule. And it's because on the blog post for week 13 preview, this is the week that we did the whole Francis the Hedgehog plays Sonic games. Right? This was that week. This is week 13. Now, let's go straight into this portion right here, where it says Francis the Hedgehog plays Sonic Adventure 2 and Sonic games coming back. So, how this works is, right now I had it for Tuesday and Thursday. Now, we have to go to the numbers here to see how did that experiment play out, because it's surprising, but not really. So, let's go into the numbers in a moment. I want to talk about the schedules. The reason why I'm delaying the schedule release for next year is because there is no official schedule for Sonic games. That is because you guys are going to vote on it, and I want to go over the voting, the things you're going to be voting on. The schedule split is what I call this. So, we have the first split that you guys can vote for. It's not up yet. The poll is not up yet. I just want to talk about it first, and then I'll put it up. The first split is going to be the 2-3-2-2. That is 2 Mario ROM hacks per week, Mondays and Wednesdays. 3 Mario Maker streams on Twitch, which is Mondays, Wednesdays, Saturdays. 2 Mario Maker streams on YouTube, Tuesdays and Thursdays. And 2 streams away from Mario, which is the tutorial and the indie games on Sunday. That's the 2-3-2-2. Then we have the 2-2-2, the 2-2-3-3-1 rule, where it's 2 Mario ROM hacks, 2 Sonic game streams on Tuesdays and Thursdays instead of Mario Maker, 3 Mario Maker streams on Twitch, and 3 streams away from Mario, which is the live tutorial on Tuesdays, indie games on Saturdays, and Fortnites on Fridays. And then 1 VR chat stream on Thursdays, of course, before Critical Role. So that's called a 2-2, the 2-2-3-3-1. The next split I want you guys to pay attention to is the Francis Friday split. It's a 2-3-3-2-1. So you get 2 Mario ROM hack streams on Mondays and Wednesdays. You get 3 Sonic game streams on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays. You get 3 Mario Maker streams on Twitch, Mondays, Wednesdays, and Saturdays. 2 streams away from Mario and Sonic. You get a tutorial on Tuesday, indie game on Sunday, and you get 1 VR chat stream on Thursdays before Critical Role. And before Critical Role, I mean to say 5:45 to 6:30. I cannot go beyond 6:30 because Critical Role begins at 6:45, and I'm not willing to miss it. I am a critter. You should know that by now. Kind of. I'm more of a level 1 critter or level 1.5 because I do play D&D. It's just not as often as you think. That's the 23321 Francis Fridays Returns. So basically, you're getting Francis the Hedgehog on Fridays with the 3 Sonic games streams on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays. Now, the tutorial is still there though. The next split is going to be very interesting. This is also the Francis Friday split, but it's a split half. So the 2, 3, or 2, 3, 2, 1. So you get the 2 Mario ROM hack streams on Mondays and Wednesdays. You get 2 or 3 Sonic game streams on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays. For 3 games if Sonic has the advantage, or 2 game streams where Fortnite has advantage. You get the 3 Mario Maker streams on Twitch, Mondays, Wednesdays, Saturdays. 2 streams away from Mario and Sonic, obviously the tutorial and the indie game, and 1 VR chat stream before Critical Role. Okay? So right now, if you guys want that, now here's the catch. Which one has an advantage? Now keep in mind that on Fridays, I do volunteer at church, but it's not a pattern. So on the days that I do volunteer, there are times I go home late. And there's no time to play Fortnite on a basis where I can give you a lot of games. So for those days, I would schedule a Francis the Hedgehog plays Sonic game on that day. I have the schedule for the church though, so you guys do not have to worry about that. After the April session though, then it becomes more of a free-for-all with Francis the Hedgehog and Fortnite after April. Okay? So we'll see what happens with that. The next schedule split is a 2-2-2-1-2-2-1. The 2 each split. You get almost 2 of everything. 2 Mario ROM hack streams on Mondays and Wednesdays. 2 Mario Maker streams on Twitch, but this time only on Mondays and Wednesdays. 2 Sonic game streams on Tuesdays and Thursdays. 1 Fortnite stream on Fridays, that's the regular one. 2 streams for indie games. Saturday nights would consider be indie game night. 2 VR chat streams on Thursdays. This is the difference though. The normal Thursday before Critical Role, which is the regular 5:45 to 6:30. They added Thursday on Twitch, 9:45. Ooh, that's an interesting one. And then you also still get the indie game on Sunday. So, what you get here is basically a mix of everything, mostly equal, except for indie games, because they get 1 extra on Sunday. On Saturday, they get 2. You get 2 on Saturday, 1 on Sunday by default. Then you get VR chat twice on a Thursday. You get 1 before the Critical Role, and you get 1 during Critical Role on Thursday. But keep in mind that the one on Thursday is going to be on Twitch. And that is going to be based if you want you guys, because the poll, you want Yuuki the Hedgehog to be on Twitch. That would be considered a Yuuki the Hedgehog on the Twitch Thursday. Any other character would be on Thursday before Critical Role. Okay? Now, this is only going to be happening if you guys want to see VR chat on Twitch, which so far you guys do. But I'm going to tell you, there's more competition on Twitch than you think when it comes to VR chat because of all the VTubers out there. Like the Phillians of the world, the Zentreyas. Excuse me. I know that. So major VTuber like Fillion, Zentreya, Mint, most likely as well, Bibu, those guys, those girls. I do not think, I'm not sure, but I'm not sure if there's a male VTuber on Twitch. No, I'm not kidding. I don't know about that one. Very rare. But you get my point. Okay? So that is the schedules for now. If I was to guess which one you guys would like, I think you guys would like the 222-111. The 222-1221. This is the one right here. The 2 split because you get 2 of everything. 2 of everything except for indie games. You get 3, and you get Fortnite, and you get indie games, and you get VR chat, and you get Sonic, and you get Mario. So you get everything. Okay? So, that's the only poll that's left to be decided. Now, let's go over now content. What does the content look like? Because I know you guys have been looking forward to this. So, the first channel I want to look at for content wise is going to be Yuki's Mario Hut. Because this is where yesterday I made the decision to expand it. What I mean by expanding the hut, I expanded this to where you guys can now submit your ROM hacks for Super Mario Brothers 1, 2, 3, Super Mario World, and any other Mario game that you know. If you have a fan game, if you have a ROM hack, it's open. So I'm opening it up more. Here's the catch. There's a little bit of a caveat. The way you request it is by the form, but you can request 2 things. One of 2 things. You can request your hack to be played as a video series here on this channel, like I would do for Luigi and the mysterious portals, or you can choose to have them seen live on YouTube as part of the channel, as in the Monday and Wednesday, the ROM hack schedule, Mondays and Wednesdays, right? So that is the options. That's your choices there. All right. So when you decide, make sure you know that if you want to see them live on YouTube, it's here. If you want them to see them recorded, it's on the other channel. Yuki's Mario Hut. Now, this is also why that poll for the Twitch channel for 2026 for Mario ROM hacks is important, because I will also add the option to do that. So there's 3 options, technically speaking. I may update the poll if I decide to go through with the ROM hacks on Twitch, because it is a niche. It is technically a niche subject. Alright? Other than that, the channel remains the same. Gameplays of Mario ROM hacks. That doesn't change. I just haven't uploaded in a while in terms of a ROM hack playthrough, because I wanted to see what 2026 looks like. Okay, now, you may have wondered, Mario Maker on this channel. Will that still happen? Yes and no. Yes for short form content, no for long form content. That honor goes to Yuki Mario World, which is the next channel on the board. This channel is linked to my Twitch channel. This guy right here. Because it's all Mario Maker. All this is Mario Maker. And I'm glad I returned to this channel, actually. Because if we take a look at the video so far, the last video I made for this channel was 2 months ago. level showcase, Three Tops by GM Duke 95. That one has more views than I thought it would, so I'm gonna continue to push out the content here too. On Twitch, it will be the live schedule for viewer level nights, and in any level that I see worthy, I would play again on this channel and upload it for you guys here. But they have to be worthy of an upload. I cannot just pick random nilly willy. I want to give you the best ones. Okay? I forgot to mention another thing about the other channel, Yuki Mario Hut. There's one more thing I forgot to mention, and it's big. So, on Twitter a few days ago, I don't think I have the post right now because there's a lot. I mentioned there's an expansion. Well, more than just videos and ROM hacks. I am now opening this channel to tier list, rankings, top list, top 10 levels to play, all that. And commentaries about Mario in the YouTube space. So do expect something new for the channel in 2026. It might be during the preseason and later this month too. So pay attention to that. Now, back to Yuki Mario World for a moment. For the Mario Maker stuff. I do have a Twitter for you guys. I'm going to see how I want to implement the Twitter. But yeah, we'll see what happens with that. Okay? So if you want to see my live streams on Mario Maker, Twitch Mario or Yuki Mario World on Twitch. And then if you want to see the content, come to YouTube. Okay. Next channel. There's more. There's always more. The next main channel we are playing on 2026, RetroYuuki VR. Okay, RetroYuuki VR. So, for this channel, there's a few kinks I want to talk about with this one. So, there's been 2 runs that I've been running on, no pun intended. The first run is a gaming run. What I mean to say is VR gaming. Is VR gaming something you really want me to pursue? Yes or no? And I'm going to give you my perspective right now. VR gaming is very niche right now. What I mean to say is VR gaming is for those who can actually get into it. Now, why am I saying VR chat is not a game? VR chat is not technically a game. It is a social platform in VR. That is the catch. But the reason why VR chat is on this channel is because it's in VR. Duh. Captain Obvious thing right there. But VR gaming is the run that is going to be attempted. There's going to be more VR gaming than there is VR chat. Or is it? It's actually the reverse. There's going to be more VR chat than VR gaming, but the attempted run will be VR gaming. Because everybody knows about VR chat. I don't need to explain what that is anymore. In 2026. I really don't. So, let me just say this. VR chat, you're going to get role plays, highlight videos again, and that's it. That's all I'm going to say about that. And remasters of some stuff. That's all I'm going to say about that. It's VR gaming is where the trouble is. Because right now, in 2025, 2026, the VR space for gaming as a whole is a bit complicated. Because there's games for VR. Let's not kid ourselves. However, the game offerings for VR are not up to par with what I'm thinking of. That doesn't mean I'm never gonna play VR games. No, there's actually a game that I got a beta test for, so I'm going to be able to do that one. So thank you keymailer.com, by the way. But the way that VR gaming right now is, it's very niche, extremely niche actually. So to the point where VR chat dominates. Okay. Now there's something else that I want to talk about VR chat though. When it comes to this particular channel, as you guys can see, our mascots. Technically, Francis the Wolf is not a mascot. I just put him there just because I said hi. Okay? That's it. He just wants to say hi to you guys, and that's it. The real mascot is Francis the Hedgehog. Okay? Now, what does these two characters, not the wolf, ignore the wolf, please. What do the two characters have in common? Francis the Hedgehog and Yuki the Hedgehog, other than the regular stuff? Both of them are going to have content. Here's the deal. One of them is going to have VR 12 World Tours. The other one could have something else. I can't say what it is yet, because I don't want to spoil. Okay? And then remasters of stuff. I am very dedicated to learning video editing 2026. Very dedicated. Okay? To the point where I want to buy DaVinci Resolve Studio, but I can't. Unless it's the $30 month by month option. Anyway, so remastering videos is one thing I want to do. I'm going to attempt to do that with one of these highlight videos. I know how to do it for roleplay now. Okay? So it's a bit of a mixed bag for this channel. So I'll give you my perspective for VR chat in another video, because I don't want this to be mainly on this. But let's move on to the next channel of operations. And the next channel of operations, my friends, is actually the character channels, Francis the Hedgehog and Yuki the Hedgehog, respectively. Let's go to the blue boy first. Okay. I had thoughts about this. And I have good thoughts, however. Mario ROM hacks are coming here too. So as part of the poll, you guys picked Francis the Hedgehog for Mario games. In particular, Mario World. So what's going to happen is there's a crossover. So you are going to get from Yuki's Mario Hut. What's going to happen is Super Mario World ROM hacks will be appearing in both Yuki's Mario Hut and Francis the Hedgehog. This is going to be the same for Yuki the Hedgehog, but for Pokemon ROM hacks. So both characters get something. One of them gets Pokemon, Yuki. The other one gets Mario, Francis the Hedgehog. Now, what about other content? Yuki the Hedgehog gets the advantage. What's going to happen here is I'm going to take the whole Francis the Hedgehog reacts to DeviantArt, put it over here. I'm going to take the whole Francis the Hedgehog reacts, put it over here for Yuki. Now, am I going to be able to split? Yes. Will I be splitting? I do not know yet. You guys vote. You guys vote for it. Remember, hands of the fans. Okay, so Yuki the Hedgehog gets something. Yuki Hedgehog reacts to X. Yuki the Hedgehog reacts to DeviantArt. Yuki the Hedgehog VR Chat World Tours. And something else. I cannot tell what it is yet. Please wait. Okay. Those are the character channels. Now, Let's talk about the other ones. Yes, there's other channels here. You, RetroYuuki Beats and Music. Very simple. Any music I make, any beats I make. Very simple. That's it. That's all I'm gonna say. Then we have RetroYuuki Game and Music. This is different. RetroYuuki Beats and Music is anything I make myself. RetroYuuki Game and Music is anything that is already out there, but I'm going to repurpose it for an OST. For example, this is a video I made 1 year ago. So as you guys can see, the music is going to play throughout the video along with a gameplay of the music in that game. For example, for Mario Golf Toadstool Tour, Lakitu Valley 2 is played if you are in Lakitu Valley, and it's the second soundtrack, and it's in stroke play. There's two versions of this song. The first version is played if you played the tournament version, the tournament mode. The second version of this play is played in the stroke play regular outside of tournament mode, okay? So this is when it's played. So for Yoshi's Island, I would do Yoshi's Island level 1. Whatever music is in that, I give you the gameplay for that section, wherever that particular music is played. And it can also include sub area. So this is more of a side channel, like a chill vibe, if you will. No gaming, no content. Just straight up having fun with this. Now there is a chance I'm going to be doing like a quote unquote compilation video. We'll get into those in 2026. Okay, very good. Now, what about channels I have not talked about yet? Because those are the mains. I gave you the mains, I gave you the sides. What am I missing? In a food. Dessert. I haven't given you your dessert yet. The dessert in 2026 is going to be not listed here. And the reason why is because it's Tabletop Tales. So Tabletop Tales was supposed to be the channel for indie, talking about indie board games like Dungeons and Dragons, but made by indie developers. So what's going to happen is I'm going to move that to RetroYuuki Gaming. The reason why is because technically you're playing a game. You're playing a board game. So what's going to happen is I'm going to have like a quote unquote podcast talking about these board games and giving you an opportunity to support your fellow board game enthusiasts and board game connoisseurs, okay, on this channel. All right, so you guys have something else to look forward to. All right, good. What about tutorials and stuff? Don't worry, they're going to continue. There's actually a big series I'm working on. Lunar Magic. Making your very own ROM hack. Alright? So, yeah. Now, what else for 2026? So, on the website right now, it's not complete yet. But we have the prep for 2026 page. So, I have some events for you already announced. So I want to go over some of them right now. Some of them are not listed because I have to see where everything goes. So in January 5th, 2026, the stream year begins and the first quarter begins. We are going to do a quarter system this particular year. And so it's basically every 3 months. So January to March, April to June, July to September, October to December. That's your quarters. There's going to be a week between for preseason before the next quarter, and so on and so forth. Alright? Here are some of the events going on for next year. The stream year will begin January 5th, 2026 at 5:45 p.m. Pacific, which is 8:45 p.m. Eastern. In March, we're going to be doing our first big event dedicated to a month, which is going to be Month of Mario, dedicated to Mario. Duh, it's in March. April 3rd, 2026 will be the end of the first quarter. Actually, excuse me, I need to remove that because March will be the end of the first quarter. March 27 will be the end of the first quarter. And I'm going to give you all the stats and stuff. Then in May, the start of the next quarter, no, actually the middle of the next quarter, in May, we're going to have our very first event for Sonic. It's the month of Sonic. So I gave Mario a month in March. I'm giving Sonic his month in May. Okay? So you get, but you only get the streamlined games only. ROM hacks may be accepted if desired. So if I run out of games to play, I'm going to look for ROM hacks. Okay? And yes, Francis the Hedgehog will play. By the way. In October, now, there's nothing for June, July, August, September yet. I will update this later when it's ready. In October, we're going to return to Spooky Yuki 2026. So we did it this year for the scary games. We're doing it again 2026. Now keep in mind a few concepts, a few hurdles. The first hurdle is very obvious. You already noticed about this. The playoffs for baseball. And yes, it has altered the schedule a bit, because the Dodgers have been making the playoffs ever since. The question is, will they make the playoffs again in 2026? And based on everybody's odds and stuff, yes. The question is, will they make the World Series a third time? The answer is, let's watch and find out. October 25th is a Sunday. That's a birthday stream. And October 31st is a Saturday Halloween stream. Now, whether there's Mario Maker on that day, we'll see. In November of next year, we have our Thanksgiving recess from November 26 to 29. And November 28 is a special exception. On November 28, 2025, we finally made affiliate for my first channel to make affiliate, where I earned that. Okay, I earned that affiliation. On November 28, 2025, my very first time, I can finally say I earned that affiliation mark. Okay, the stream Twitch anniversary is going to be on November 28, 2026. Now, because I am streaming on November 28, it does not count toward the recess. So, usually when you see a recess, you take a break. But because November 28 is special, that doesn't count for the recess. In December 20th to January 3rd, 2027, that'll be the end of the stream year. We're going to prep for the next year, and then organize unorganized streams until Monday, January 4, 2027. So up until like a few months, except for a few months, I think this is a very good event cycle. Okay, there might be special events listed in between. Here's where it gets a little bit more interesting. There are 4 events not scheduled under this particular cycle. We have the Super Mario World randomizer, and that is because we have not hit the 2,000 subscriber milestone. Okay, so The goal here is 2,000 subscriber. If we get to 2,000 subscriber, I will give you the bonus of the Super Mario World randomizer. And the way that's going to work is it's going to be mini Mario only, no power-ups, no nothing. No Yoshi, no nothing, except unless required. It's basically a hardcore Mario. That's your gift. If we can get to 2,000 subscribers. That's my gift to you guys as a thank you for getting to 2,000 subscribers. Next, the next special is Final Fantasy IX. Yes, I am bringing this game back for one special purpose. Somebody out there made a voice mod pack for this particular game. And yes, they voiced the characters. That means you get to hear Freya talk. Oh yeah, you also get to hear Zidane, you get to hear Freya, you get to hear Quina, you get to hear Vivi, you get to hear everyone. I am excited to play this. The last time I played this was 2022 or 23 at the beginning of the year, by the way. Then we have a Sonic Adventure 2 randomizer. Now this could be part of Month of Sonic. That could be it right there. And then the big boy, or should I say, the Cyan boy, could finally, and I am very optimistic here. Francis the Hedgehog makes his long-awaited 4-year wait debut in VR chat in January 2026. There is a catch to this debut, however. That debut 2026, January, is for the main regular season. So there is a catch on this. Here's how it works. I am going to get him no matter what, December. Either it's December 25, December 5th, 2015, or December 14 and a half, whatever. I'm getting him this year. Here's the catch. There are 4 debuts. He's going to get 4 debuts. If I get him between December 15 and December 25th, he will make his first debut on 25th, Christmas night 2025. But, there's a big but. Facebook only. I am not ready to have him debut with a big audience of this size. I'm sorry. And this is because this is my very first time getting any character in VR chat that is actually custom made. I am not joking when I'm saying I'm not ready. This is not like, oh, Shady the Hedgehog, because Shady the Hedgehog is basically female Shadow. That's not a custom character. A custom character, by definition, is really a custom character. This is not, oh, Sonic, yellow, blue, green, purple. No. This is 100% or 95% if you wish, custom character everything. I am going to take this very, very slow when it comes to this stuff. I know I'm saying I'm nervous. But this is something that has been building up for 4 years. Or 3 if you don't count 2021. Because I just started VR chat. I've been waiting for this particular day. But just like in life, be patient. So if I don't debut right away as Francis the Hedgehog, that's why. Be patient. December 25th is going to be his first debut on Facebook. Then, there's going to be another one on Thursday, January 1st. That is preseason. And then on Thursday, January 8th, 2026, when we start VR chat for the new year, that's his official debut. Where's the fourth one? The fourth one is also on Facebook but unscheduled. This is the moment you guys have been waiting for 3.5 years. Make it 4 just because. I like even numbers. I hate odd numbers. I really do. But unless it's the playoffs. But seriously, it's been 3 years in the making. And today, maybe after this video, I'm gonna give you his little beat. Okay? Good. I've been waiting to get that off my chest for the last 3 years. And finally, it's out. It's more of, let's time this right, let's be nice about it, okay? Let's be nice. Remember, Santa checks his nice list every, 2 times? Checks it twice? Better find out if you've been naughty or nice. In this case, you all been nice. So I be nice. Right? Good. Now, next part. Website. Website for 2026 is going to change a little bit. I've been debating on making a website from scratch for this year. I've been terribly debating it. And I say terribly debating it because, yes, I do have experience in making a website, but that takes a while and I want it to be as fast as possible. So I am sticking with my gut feeling and I'm going to keep it on Weebly. Now, here's how this works. I'm going to change the homepage now. Duh. Because I need to make the design more friendly toward, let's say, mobile users. Okay? So right now, this is how it looks like. But that's because I'm only doing this because it makes it fit in one page. Okay? This is the home page. So everything is fitting here because it has buttons. Okay? Here's my thing though. Here's my beef about like making a website from scratch versus Weebly. The reason why I've been debating on it other than price is the reason why I feel that it as a streamer content creator you have to be simple. Yes, making a website from scratch is fun, but it's so time consuming unless you have a template. The thing is, with templates, you are at the mercy of the template creator, right? So, here's what I'm thinking. If I make it from scratch, I am going to be as simple as possible. I know it's not fancy colors or Hollywood effects, no shot. But it's a website for you all as part of RetroYuuki Gaming and RetroYuuki itself. You guys need it simple. I'm going to try my best to make it as simple as possible. Now, like color schemes and everything, we're not going to talk about that yet. But let's put it where it's going to be more of a experiment trial run. I'm going to be using a like this website called static.app because most of the time when I say website you're going to be thinking videos and all that. Most of the time when I do a blog it's static. meaning there's no video, there's no animation. It's a static web page. So if you've never taken like a web development class, static web pages is basically anything that is static. Text, buttons, and picture. When you go dynamic, what's going to happen is you have video, you have animations. Now, those are fun, but the problem with that is obviously coding it, number one. Number two, it takes up space in the storage department because you are storing the code and the image in a server. And depending on which web host you have, they will limit your upload. That's the problem with dynamic sites. Okay? I wish I could do a dynamic, but I want to make it simple, and I don't want it to be eye candy, if you know what I mean. So if you see a simple website for RetroYuuki 2026, because I want it to be simple, that's why. Now this is fun, this is fine, but with me expanding this stuff, it's gonna be harder. So for the website in 2026, if I go from scratch, I remember I did this example. Cerubi.net. So this is Cerubi.net. This is the website for Pokemon, right? Everybody goes here now, like the Cerubi for Pokemon news and stuff. Now, as you guys can see, here's the website. That's it. It's left, right, center. On the left, you have the database stuff, like the Pokédex, the pages for the movie, like that. That's going to be like my idea, my inspiration. On the right, you have the Pokemon of the week, the next in Japan, for the video, for the the anime. Okay. So this is what is on the right side of the bar. Now note that in the middle is the content portion of the code. So in the middle, you have a section of code for the blog, right? Now, obviously, I do more than just gaming, right? So, on the left side, you're going to have databases, or in this case, around the Yuki, and then you have pages, and then on the middle is the content. On the right side, I'm going to think about it if I was going to do this from scratch. Alright? And to make it from scratch is $6 per month. Without a template, by the way. I am very considering adding a template here. Because I want to make it left, right. Left, center. Okay? Now, I do apologize for going on a tangent about coding, but I have to because it is part of the story here, of the stuff here. So yeah, the website 2026. If we go by scratch, I'm going to get inspired by Cerubi. If I go by Weebly, I'm going to make it as simple as possible. Now, what about blogging? This is the reason why I actually like Weebly. It's because you can actually organize it correctly. But that doesn't mean website from scratch is not a bad idea. You have more space to do stuff and all that good stuff, alright? So we'll see what that is in 2026 for the website. I'm still going to make the 2026 homepage, but I'm going to see if we're going to be doing it from scratch as well. I don't want to promise too much because $6 per month, I know it doesn't sound expensive, but do it for 12 months and yeah. And I have a lot more content I want to bring out to you guys. Now, I do want to talk about one very important factor for 2026, and I have not talked about it yet. I have a plan potentially for a backup platform. Okay, hear me out now. I don't know if it's working. Oh, it's back. Okay, good timing. Because this, my friends, I present to you is called Rumble. What is Rumble? Rumble is another streaming platform like Twitch, YouTube, and all that. Here's where it gets a little bit more interesting. Alright, this is Rumble. There is a gaming section called not RetroYuuki, Rumble Gaming. Okay? Now, this is where you do not see a Fortnite. You do not see, well, you probably will. You don't see Fortnite. You don't see Apex Legends. You don't see COD. And all of these guys are pretty cool. What does this have to do with RetroYuuki Gaming? I am really considering trying out Rumble for gaming, as well as content that you would normally see. Why am I thinking about Rumble? I've been here on YouTube long enough. What's going on here? Let me take you back to a few weeks ago. Okay? And for that, we need to go to Twitter. Yes, the holy place of stuff in terms of news. Okay? So, if anybody knows about YouTube, other than hi Chris the Hedgehog. Anyway, if you guys know about YouTube and what's been going on YouTube, not just as a whole, as a whole, you guys know about AI by now. I'm trying to find that post, by the way. There's a lot. Anyway, in recent news, when it comes to AI and YouTube, a lot of creators have been taken down by YouTube. The catch is, a lot of people believe that it's because of their new AI system. Okay? Now, why does this matter? This matters because a lot of content creators on YouTube have been falsely taken down by their new AI system. And I wish I had a post right now. I have a lot. I've been posting a lot here recently. That's why, right here, there we go. YouTube is letting AI serve as judge, jury, and executioner. This isn't speculation. Millions of channels are being banned for life under the quote-unquote spam, deceptive practices, scams, policy by bots that can't understand context. There you go. So, that's what's been going on very recently. Okay? Now, I get it. I don't dive into that category at all. But here's the deal. Plenty of people have been wondering what's going on with AI on YouTube when it comes to their verification. We guys know that YouTube announced that they have done their age verification process. Unfortunately, it has led to the termination, falsely, of other channels that don't deserve it. Right? So what does this have to do with RetroYuuki Gaming? It is the reason why I said I was trying out Twitch. It is the reason why I'm saying try out Rumble. It is the reason why I said hi to Facebook, even though I really said bye to Facebook as a streamer. It's because you need to learn how to diversify. Diversify your location and content. Because there is going to be a point where YouTube AI system is going to eventually terminate channels that don't deserve it, and it's happening now. So that is why I'm trying out Rumble. Number one, to make sure I have a backup plan in the event that Facebook decides to go down. Number two, you at least have a second option, or third or fourth, to watch my content. And number three, the AI system sucks on Facebook, on YouTube. It does. So I want you guys to remember, AI is bad in the case of this case. So be very careful. So that's why I said hello to Rumble. I have my account here, RetroYuuki Gaming. All one word, by the way. Alright? Now, what exactly is coming to Rumble when it comes to me on Rumble? I have some good news for you. Tonight's indie game, Barman Simulator, is going to be your first test. Tonight. At the same time, but we're also going to be on Rumble. We're also going to be on YouTube at the same time. The reason for that is so that you guys can check out Rumble for yourself. Okay? Now, keep in mind, like all new platforms I tried, it is a trial run. This is why I do preseason streams, guys. It is to give you guys a chance to try out or look at different things. So for 2026, we have Rumble to join the party along with Twitch and YouTube. How it's going to work? On days I do not stream on Twitch, which is Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays, and Sundays, we will also be on Rumble. What about what happens to vertical streams? They do not go anywhere. They are still going to happen on YouTube, but I'm going to open the door to Rumble. I am opening an opportunity as well as like expanding. I know this is a lot to take in, but I think you guys should understand the practice of diversifying your content in terms of location. Because while one shuts down, the other one opens. That's what I'm trying to get you guys to understand. So we will be on Rumble tonight as well as 2026. Now for this week, for this coming week, we will be on Rumble Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Sunday. We are starting tonight as part of a trial run this week as well. Then in preseason week, we will also be on Facebook as part of the preseason. We'll also be on Rumble for the trial of Rumble for a full week. That is how it's going to work. This is important because I want you guys to diversify. Because there's going to be one day that a channel could get shut down that goes on Rumble. There's going to be one day that the channel shuts down on Twitch that goes to Rumble. And there's gonna be one day they go Rumble go down one day, and you go on YouTube. So you have option, right? I know this is a long video, but I want you guys to understand. We're going to expand to where we can try it. I'm gonna be doing a test stream on Rumble after this video goes up, just to see what it looks like, and then we'll do it for real tonight. Enjoy. We'll see you guys on Rumble and YouTube tonight. For Rumble, it is RetroYuuki Gaming. On YouTube, it is also RetroYuuki Gaming. And then I'll do follow-up video on the idea of Rumble. Enjoy, and remember, when it comes to content creation, diversify your content.